What is up, guys? Welcome to year 5 of launch day iPhone unboxings. We started doing this back in 2017 with the iPhone 10. In 2018 we had the XS Max, and then 2019 brought the 11 Pro Max, and last year we had the 12 Pro Max. And this year we have this Sierra Blue iPhone 13 Pro Max 1TB edition. First thing you're going to notice is that there's no plastic on the box, and that isn't because I took it off already, it's because they stopped wrapping their new products in plastic to protect the environment, or whatever they said. So instead we have these pull tabs along the top and bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those. Alright, and there's the phone right there. That's my first time ever seeing Sierra Blue in person. I think it looks pretty nice, but we're going to go ahead and set this off to the side for just... Wow, that's really heavy as well. That's a lot heavier than the 12 Pro. Inside the box, we have the standard USB-C to Lightning cable, because they still haven't put USB-C on the freaking iPhones yet, and they never will. And then in here, we have the SIM ejector tool, along with a very small quick start guide and one Apple sticker, which is now actually on a paper backing instead of a plastic backing. The sticker's still made of plastic though. So before we take off the screen cover here, I've got my iPhone 12 Pro Max, and really quick I just want to point out that the cameras have gotten even bigger since the 12 Pro Max. I remember when I got this iPhone 12 Pro Max, I thought the cameras were the biggest thing I had ever seen in my life, but they look really small in comparison to the 13 Pro Max. And there it is, guys. That is the best part of new iPhones. So I'm actually noticing, oh, that notch is actually a good amount smaller. You'll be able to see it better once we have it turned on, but it is actually noticeably smaller. Taking a look around this iPhone, the back, it's noticeably blue, a little bit more noticeably than I thought it would be, but it's very pale. It's nothing like Pacific Blue was on the iPhone 12 Pro, but the sides look pretty nice if the light hits it just right. I don't know how I feel about this color. I kind of like it, but I feel like I'm going to get tired of it pretty quick. But I regretted not getting the special color the last 2 years, so I figured I might as well go ahead and get it with the 12 Pro, or sorry, the 13 Pro. So it's time to go ahead and turn on this iPhone 13 Pro Max for the first time, and if you'll notice right here, this isn't a screen defect. I stuck a screen protector on this, a glass one, right after I took the cover off of it, because it's easier to do it that way when it's fresh, so you don't have to clean off a bunch of dust and fingerprints and then put the screen protector on. This happens sometimes. This is a little air bubble, and that'll go away within an hour or two, but for right now we're just gonna have to deal with it for the rest of this video. And there it is. That was a quick boot up. I like that. Alright. I know you're not going to be able to notice it in the video, but this screen is so noticeably just smoother than it was on the, well, every previous iPhone, because this is the first year that iPhones actually have a high refresh rate display. Finally. Now I can show you a little bit better just how much smaller the notch is on the new one. That's pretty nice. You know, it's still not as nice as a hole punch display or an under display camera type setup, but it's a lot nicer than the notches have been on the previous iPhones. Just like every other year, we're gonna hold the old iPhone right here, then we'll grab that special code. Now we're waiting for it to activate, and as you can already see at the top right, it got the Wi-Fi, so that's good. We're gonna go ahead and set up Face ID. That's just as easy as that. Here's the rest of the setup process, guys. we're gonna go ahead and download from iCloud because I don't want to wait hours for everything to transfer physically between the two phones. I'd rather just have it download everything from iCloud in the background. Here's a new screen. I don't remember this being on any other iPhone I've ever set up, but here it is right here. Make this your new iPhone. Everything's set up as you had it on your other iPhone, and that is exactly how I want it with the Apple Watch and all my settings and everything. Ooh, we cannot show that. That's my bank stuff. We're waiting for the iPhone 12 Pro Max to do a final backup. Usually it gives you the option for that, but I guess now they're just making you do it, which is kind of unfortunate, but it shouldn't take too long because it was just backed up a few hours ago. While the new iPhone is waiting for the backup from the 12 Pro, we're gonna go ahead and unbox the case I bought for it, and it's the same one I usually get. It's a leather case with MagSafe, the Apple OEM deal, but this time, of course, for the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So we're gonna go ahead and just pull the box open. And there it is. This is after almost a year of use on the 12 Pro Max case, and as you can see, it's pretty worn down, but it is leather, so that makes sense. Oh, that's a little different. Check out that inside. They hid the MagSafe ring a little bit more on the 13 Pro Max case than they did on the 12 Pro Max case. But other than that, it's basically exactly the same, except the camera cutout, of course, is just a little bit bigger. And the bump is even taller. That's unfortunate, man. I hate that my cases have camera bumps now. This is the 12 Pro. 1 minute remaining for the iCloud backup. That's actually not too bad. I thought it would be like 10 or 15. So we're gonna go ahead and let this finish, and then we'll come back. So the about a minute remaining thing was actually true. We actually shut all the cameras off because we thought it would take a lot longer. But as you can see right here, it's done. This says enjoy your new iPhone. When you're ready, come back to get this iPhone ready to be traded in, sold, or given away. I'm keeping this. This is going in the collection. But this is a new screen. There's a little triangular recycle symbol here with a gift box and a shipping box. You know what? Just because I'm curious, let's see what happens when I do this. It opens my iPad mini 5 back up. Okay, that's weird. I don't know if I caught it, guys, but it just went from 2 to 11 minutes. So that's cool. Love when that happens. Absolutely. As you guys can see right here, my Apple Watch is still working on getting transferred to the new iPhone, but the phone's ready to go, and I gotta tell you guys, this screen is so nice. I've never had a phone with 120 hertz display because I've been an Apple sheep, you know, but now we have it finally, and it's very nice. You can see all my apps are still working on downloading. I totally forgot about this. Photographic styles, we're gonna set that up later. But we're gonna go ahead and give you guys a quick little test of the camera here. Let me actually just make sure it's in 4K HDR. Now we can't do ProRes yet because that's coming with a later update, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's not really too big of a deal. So as you can see, we've got 4K 60 HDR video. All right, here it is, guys. This is the quality of the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Pretty responsive autofocus. There's the new leather case right there. You can just see all the detail in that. There's that old beat up leather case for the 12 Pro. And over here we got Josiah running the B camera. Big shouts to him for that. And we got the rest of my ghetto rigged studio with the iPhone 11 Pro recording me because we needed this phone to set up the 13. And here's the ultrawide. This is actually noticeably a lot nicer than it was on the 12 and 11 Pro. Yeah, that's really wide. What I'm excited for is this macro capability, though. Okay, all right, that's impressive. You might be able to see it on the A camera. I'm right up there, right close, and it's just nailing that focus. That's cool. Yeah, that's gonna be a very useful tool for sure. And because I haven't yet, here's the microphone from the new iPhone. I actually haven't heard it yet, but I'm assuming it should be better than the 12 Pro, hopefully at least. Yeah, that macro is something cool. And finally, here's the 3 times now Optical zoom. Stabilization's pretty solid. The autofocus actually seems to be a lot nicer as well. Now the only downside to the new telephoto camera is that the aperture is more closed, but it's because they zoomed in more and it's just how cameras work kind of deal. But yeah, there's the 11 Pro Max recording me right there. And there's Josiah again. I actually got to back up a good amount here to get him in frame. These cameras are very nice, guys. I'm definitely going to be using them quite a lot. One other thing I do want to check out is cinematic video. The demos they showed during the keynote weren't that good. They didn't look very good, but you have to remember it's coming from a sensor that's like the size of my fingernail at biggest. So cinematic video is basically portrait mode for video. As you can see, it says you can add beautiful shallow depth of field and focus transitions to your videos automatically. Me being a camera guy, I like just doing it manually with a real lens that's actually, you know, blurring the background. The only downside is this is locked at 1080p at 30 frames a second. Maybe that'll change with the software update, but I bet you it'll be locked there until the 14. So we're recording here. Yeah, you can, oh, come on. You can see it trying to make bokeh around that mic there. I don't know, I'll have to experiment with it a little bit more later on. Alright, that's... see, it hunts. It hunts for focus after you tap on something. But it's not bad. It definitely feels like it's still in beta. But there you go. There's cinematic video. Here, maybe we can do a little poll on Josiah here. Alright, that's respectable. I actually kind of like that effect. Just the bokeh doesn't look convincing, it just looks a little bit fake. But again, for an iPhone camera, it's respectable. It's a cool feature. In the editor for cinematic video here, you can see it actually shows you points where it racked focus, basically. It's just fake focus racking, but you can change the depth of field up to f16, down to f2.0. That's equivalent, I believe, to a 35mm sensor. I'm not entirely sure on that though. But regardless, it's a pretty cool feature, being able to actually edit the effect after it's already been shot. That's pretty cool. It's just a shame that it's locked at 1080p at 30 frames a second. The phone's really hot just after doing that. Feel that.
Oh, buddy, she's toasty.
It's cooking.
It's right up, yeah.
But it's also still restoring from iCloud in the background, but...
Toast.
Oh, man.
Cook a steak on it here in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, this is definitely worth the upgrade from the 12 Pro Max. I will eventually do an in-depth review on this, comparing it to the 12 Pro Max. I'm not entirely sure when. I gotta use it for a little bit of time before I get on that. But there it is, guys. The iPhone 13 Pro Max. Just that screen alone is worth the upgrade for me. It's a super nice phone, guys. But anyway, that is going to be it for the 5th consecutive year of launch day highest end iPhone unboxings. Big shout out to Josiah for helping me shoot this video. I'll leave his links in the description as usual. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it.